Hi guys, James here. If you want to know how to make a mobile game and don't know where to start, here is a detailed video about making a mobile game the easy way. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for videos to come. In order to make a simple or complex mobile game, you will first need a game engine. I will show you the game engines you can use to make mobile games in this video, but before you start making games, it is important to know what game mechanics are and the logic of casual games. So don't forget to watch the videos I've published on my YouTube channel to learn the important points you need to know about game mechanics and hyper-casual games. So why should you use a game engine? The first question to answer about how to make a mobile game is to know why you should use a game engine. A good game engine takes a lot of work out of the development process. Beginners can use game engines to develop games with little or no code, and experienced developers can use them to speed up the coding dramatically. Whether you're an experienced game developer or you're just starting to make your first game, a good game engine will make your life significantly easier. A game engine can be as simple as a collection of code packaged into a library with a specific language like JavaScript, or it can be a more complex combination of system, tools, and workflows built on a specific platform. Especially in the beginning, the last thing you want to do is reinvent the wheel. Here's a quick rundown of what you should look for in a good game engine. It includes collision and physics functions and can speed up your development process. It comes with good documentation and an active community to answer your questions. It suits your skills and is easy to learn. And drag and drop development for non-coders and low-level programming access for experienced developers, allowing you to distribute your game across as many different platforms as possible. Topics like this are important. To get you going in the right direction, in this video, I'm sharing what I think are the best mobile game engines for mobile games. These game engines work great on all Fire OS devices and are ranked from easiest to most complex based on the criteria I mentioned. So, how hard is it to make a mobile game? As we'll see in the following sections, the difficulty level of creating your own mobile game depends on the type of game you want to build. For example, developing a hyper-casual game is much easier than creating a fully customized role-playing app for hardcore gamers. First of all, let's answer the question how to make mobile games for Android devices. There is no single definitive answer to the question how to make mobile games for Android, but game makers often use the Android Game Development Kit, which Google describes as a full range of tools and libraries to help you develop, optimize, launch, and innovate high-quality Android games. You can also check out Google's Developer Android Games Guide to provide in-depth information on getting started. Apple allows developers to download the Xcode Development Kit. If you're developing your game for iOS only, Apple's Swift programming language may be the most logical option. This way, your app will be able to use new iOS features right away. However, if you are developing a game using a third-party development kit, you should keep in mind that your app will probably have to wait for the third party to provide support for the new features before it can use them. You will also need to upload your mobile game to the App Store once it is finished. To do so, you'll need to sign up for Apple's developer program and pay the necessary fees. Let's come to our main topic. Which game engine is easiest and most suitable for making mobile games? I could tell you all the details about the different game engines and platforms, but I don't want to bore you at this stage. The good news is that if you're new or want to decide what skill level game engine is best for your game idea, there's a game engine for your skill level or game idea. Here is my list of game engines that you can use to make mobile games especially easily. The first one is BuildBox, whose tutorials I share on my YouTube channel. BuildBox is a powerful platform that simplifies the world of game development. BuildBox allows you to develop games without the need for coding skills. This platform offers a visual game development environment and allows users to create their games by drag and drop. So, even someone without any programming knowledge can turn their game ideas into reality. BuildBox offers users a wide flexibility in designing, customizing, and editing game objects. Players can build the logic of their game through predefined actions and rules. This platform allows you to create games compatible with different platforms, from touchscreen controls to keyboard and mouse. Games created with BuildBox can run seamlessly on different platforms such as iOS, Android, PC, and more. This allows the game to reach more audiences. On my channel, you can easily bring the game you have in mind to life by reviewing the game-making series with BuildBox. GDevelop is in second place. GDevelop is a game engine that does not require coding knowledge. Game development can be a fun and rewarding experience using your creative thinking and imagination. However, for most people, game development can be an intimidating process due to complex coding languages and technical requirements. At this point, GDevelop stands out as a platform that facilitates the game development process and does not require coding knowledge. GDevelop is an open-source game development platform that allows users to create games through a visual interface. This platform allows you to design games with drag and drop instead of complex coding. So, even someone with no coding experience can turn their game ideas into reality. GDevelop also allows you to create games that you can release on different platforms such as Windows, Mac OS, Android, and iOS. If you're looking for an introduction to the world of game development and don't want to start with complex coding, GDevelop might be the perfect option for you.
I heard we were about to meet.
In third place is Construct 3. Again, we are facing a game engine that does not require coding. Construct 3 is a free and open-source powerful game development platform that allows you to create games with a visual interface that does not require coding skills. It couldn't be easier with Construct 3. It uses a drag-and-drop behavior system and allows you to build your game logic with pre-made scripts linked to your game elements. Examples include music, sounds, characters, and scoring. Construct 3 games are built in HTML5, but you don't need to write any code. This is great for publishing your games on the web. Construct 3 games also work on different platforms. The obvious downside of Construct 3 is that you can't actually code your game, so you're completely dependent on what the platform provides. You can add additional functionality, but it might not be ideal if you have a coding background and want to change things manually. In fourth place is the GameMaker game engine. GameMaker is an extremely powerful 2D game-making engine. Many of the well-known successful indie games like Spelunky and Hotline Miami started in GameMaker. Like Construct 3, GameMaker is easy to use because you can drag and drop event-based coding. More experienced users can take advantage of a built-in scripting language called GameMaker language, which is based on C. The language will look familiar if you know C, JavaScript, Java, or C#. However, the language has limitations, such as a lack of classes and limited data structures. While GameMaker's user interface takes some getting used to, it's still an excellent tool for 2D games and has support for desktop, mobile, and publishing to HTML5. Our next game engine for making mobile games is Unity. Unity is a popular game engine right now. Like GameMaker, it has its own integrated development environment, and you can drag and drop behaviors. Getting started with Unity requires basic coding skills. The IDE is easy to use, but since it is a 3D tool, you need a certain level of knowledge before you start. Unity supports 3 languages: Unity Script, similar to JS, CE, and Boo. A free version of Unity allows you to output to desktop and mobile devices. Of course, the free version shows the Unity logo when the game is launched. Pro version pricing is a bit more complicated, but it offers many features that are indispensable for more advanced game developers. For those who want to create 2D games using Unity, Unity includes a dedicated sprite workflow to make it even easier. The last game engine we'll talk about is Godot. Godot is a remarkable open-source game engine and deserves serious attention. It uses a scripting language similar to Python and can be exported to multiple platforms. I intend to explore Godot more in the near future, especially since Godot is open source. It is possible to play with the engine itself. Godot Engine is a feature-packed cross-platform game engine for creating 2D and 3D games from a unified interface. It provides a comprehensive set of common tools so that users can focus on making games without having to reinvent the wheel. Games can be exported with a single click to a range of platforms, including major desktop platforms, Linux, macOS, Windows, mobile platforms, Android, iOS, web-based platforms, and consoles. Godot is completely free and open source under a permissive MIT license. There are no strings attached, no copyrights. Users' games are their own, right down to the last line of engine code. Godot's development is completely independent and community-driven, helping users to shape their engine according to their expectations. It is supported by the non-profit Godot Foundation. Now that we have looked at the game engines, let's finally talk about what you need to do after making your mobile game. Once you've created your mobile game, you need to constantly monitor App Store optimization or ASO and everything else like campaign performance to ensure the success of your game. Like many repetitive tasks, automation can help you make this process easier. Armed with the right tools and data, game developers can fully optimize their ad campaigns to grow their user base. I hope this video has given you the basics of making mobile games. See you in the next video. Goodbye.